Senator Ekweremadu and his wife have been found guilty of human trafficking for illegal organ harvesting to save the life of their daughter. And as a parent, this is heartbreaking. Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. Ewoma here, a content creator based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and I film content about womanhood, motherhood, and everything exciting. How una day? Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't and give this video a huge thumbs up. This lets you to recommend the video to a larger audience. Today's video is a very emotional one, but it's going to be a very interesting one as well. You will not want to miss it, so please keep watching.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you.
The greatest love that exists, apart from the love that Christ has for us, is the love that parents have for their children. We all know that that love cannot be measured. It cannot be compared. It is one of a kind. And I think that was the case of Senator Ekweremadu and his family. They were trying to save the life of their daughter that was very sick, and they got into trouble. Unfortunately, I heard that Senator Ekweremadu may be facing life imprisonment, while his wife may be facing up to 10 years imprisonment. How sad can this be? Just in case you're just hearing about this case for the first time, let me give you a brief summary of what happened. Sometime last year, the story of Senator Ekweremadu and his family hit the internet and it took us by surprise. I'm talking about both internationally and locally. They have a 25-year-old daughter that was very sick and needed organ transplant. And I'm talking about the kidney to be precise. And we all know the process of getting a new organ is a tedious one. You either have to get someone to voluntarily donate for you. That person can be a relative, a family friend, just anybody at all, or you get on the waiting list to get a new organ, okay? And that waiting list is very strict. It is often a very long one because a lot of people are very sick. A lot of children, adults need different organs, so you have to be on the waiting list. The kidney is a very important one, but it is one of those organs that people require transplants to get treated for. And so most times the waiting list to get a new kidney is very long, and the system is very fair to everybody. You cannot jump the list. There's nothing like, oh, I'm rich, I have money, let me pay some money and you put my child at the top of the list. There's nothing like that. Everybody is equal and you have to wait for your turn. Now, I'm sure that, their daughter needed this organ transplant very urgently because according to what I read, her case was very critical and her medicine was no longer working for her. She was in a very critical condition. So the family sought for external help by bringing in a young man from Nigeria to the UK to donate an organ for their daughter. And this was the beginning of their problem. This case took a lot of twists and turns and a lot of questions were asked. The number one question was, what was the actual age of this young man? There were rumors that the young man was actually 17 years old, and this makes him a minor. And as a minor and underage, he's not eligible to donate an organ to anybody. Yes, just in case you did not know, that is the law. You cannot donate if you are a minor. The second question is, was he aware of what he was brought to the UK to do? Was he brought with his consent? Was he aware he was going to be donating one of his kidneys to save this girl's life? And the third question is, was he going to be paid to do this, or was he doing it for free out of the goodness of his heart? After a series of investigation, they found out that this young man was actually 21 years old, which is a good thing. That means that he is of the legal age to donate an organ, which now leads to the second question of if he was brought here with his consent. This guy allegedly claimed that he did not know why he was brought to the UK. He claimed that he was just promised a better job and some money. He claimed that he was just promised a good job and a better life in the UK. He did not know that he was being brought to the UK to donate an organ. He claimed that they told him, oh, just go and run some tests and then you can start working. It was when he got to the hospital and then the doctor explained to him what he came here for. He raised an alarm and said, no, this is not what he came here for. He was not aware that he was brought to the UK to donate any organ to Sonia, which is the daughter of the Ekweremadus. Now, this was another tricky situation because after a series of investigation, they found out that this guy, in fact, knew what he was coming here for because he came here under the guise of being Sonia's cousin. Like how? He came there as a relative and a cousin of Sonia because this was what was written on his visa application. So I'm thinking, is it really possible that he did not know why he came there? Which now leads to the third question. Was he paid money to do this? And after several investigations, they found out that yes, he was promised a lot of money to donate a kidney to Sonia. And this is where there is a problem. It is a criminal offense to pay money to someone to make an organ donation for a family member of yours or for yourself. And it's also a criminal offense to demand for money to make an organ donation. So you can see that this situation right here is just the parents' attempt to save their daughter's life. Unfortunately, they went through it the wrong way, and the law does not spare anybody. The law is just. It is not unfair to anybody. It does not favor the rich over the poor. So both Senator Ekweremadu and his wife have been found guilty, and the date for their sentence announcement is on the 5th of May. I can just imagine the pressure their family may be under. Like how? An effort to save their daughter's life has put them in trouble. They've done the wrong thing even though they were trying to save their daughter's life. And I can relate because as a parent, we all know that we want the best for our children. Ordinary fever that our children will have, you see us panicking. We'll become very worried because we want them to be very comfortable. Then imagine someone's child needing an organ transplant. I'm very sure the parents felt like they needed to do whatever they had to do. Unfortunately, what they did was a crime because they were taking advantage of this young man's living condition. He was a poor man. He didn't have any money, so they promised him a lot of money in exchange for his kidney. This thing is called modern day slavery. So please, in the comment section, let me know what you think about the situation. Do you feel bad for the parents of Sonia? Do you feel bad for the Ekweremadus? Do you feel like they did this thing to save their daughter, or you have the opinion that they were wrong for what they did and they should face the consequences of their action? Let me know in the comment section. Besides Senator Ekweremadu and his wife, another person that will be going down for this crime is the doctor that served as a middleman between the young man and between the Ekweremadus. He was also found guilty of the crime as well, but their daughter was found innocent, and I feel really bad for her. You can imagine how she feels that her parents will have to go to jail because we're trying to save her life. At the end of the day, let's just be very careful of the things we do. My prayer is that every parent out there is not forced into a situation where they have to make certain hard decisions just to save their children. Guys, aside from organ donation, another thing that may be a criminal offense that people may not know about is blood donation. Yes, it is a criminal offense even here in Nigeria. It is illegal to go to the hospital and demand to pay somebody to donate blood for you. Or should I use the term buy blood? Yes, it is illegal. It is also illegal to go to the hospital and demand to be paid to donate blood. So please, let's be very careful, okay? So that we don't do things that, end up putting us in trouble. What this case taught me is that the arm of the law is very long to catch anybody that does wrong. Regardless of your social status, regardless of your financial status, regardless of your name, regardless of your political power, the arm of the law is long enough to catch anybody. And that the law is just. It is there to defend the helpless. It is there to defend the poor. It is there to defend the weak. So please, let's be very careful because there's some kind of problems you enter and money cannot save you. So let me conclude by saying something, okay? I saw a lot of comments that said, oh, if they had built better hospitals in Nigeria, they would not need to travel out. Or if they had invested in the health sector here in Nigeria, oh, things would have been better and they would not have faced this problem. I disagree. Yes, they need to do better in terms of the health sector in Nigeria. I mean, he was a deputy former Senate president, and I'm sure that in one way or the other, he would have been able to influence, building better hospitals here in Nigeria. But this is not a case like that, okay? He will still need to do things the right way, even if it was to be done here in Nigeria. It's still a criminal offense to pay for organ donation, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people were saying, oh, because they didn't build better hospitals, that is why what happened. No, that is not why it happened. So guys, please indicate in the comment section, did you find this video interesting? What do you really think about it? Let me know. Also, if you've watched to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and also turn on your post notification bell so that every time I post a new video, you're one of the first to be notified. Please, if you have a video suggestion for me or there's anything you want me to react to or talk about, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram handle is always somewhere here on the screen, or you can send me an email. My email address is always in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you